Hello and welcome back to Monday Mindfulness. Today we've got a really simple, easy technique that you can do anywhere where you can just take a minute to take a breath and use your hands to really tune into the bottom of the lungs. That's where we're going to be focusing today. And this is a practice that is, as with all mindfulness practices, it's often a flow of getting kind of confused or getting distracted by something and then coming back to it and getting distracted, coming back. And the more that we kind of go through these cycles, the slower they become. So we spend more time in this present state of self-awareness, and then we might just blip out of it slowly, or we might start to and realize, oh yeah, I'm starting to think about what I'm going to make tonight for dinner rather than engaging with the moment, and then coming back again and again. So this is a process of just using this practice, this breath as an anchor to tune into this moment, be aware of what's happening in the lungs right now, and the hands are going to help us as well to really engage with that anchor. So we can just have the hands here. I've got my fingers just loosely interlaced and just wrapping them around the area of the solar plexus there. Just being able to feel that bottom of the breath with your little fingers. And we're going to keep our posture straight, keep those shoulders relaxed. It can be tempting to tense them when we're working like this with the hands on the belly. We're going to do this practice only for 3 minutes to start with. If you want to do a longer session, you can do that. I highly recommend half-hour sits like this. But for this session, we're just going to get a taste of it with the 3 minutes. And that can be really valuable if that's the only time you've got. Just jump in for 3 minutes, do this, and notice how it changes the mental activity and your engagement with the moment, and even the way things are flowing around in the body. Because if our mind is on a habit pattern of getting into certain kinds of spirals, this can also be a great way to pull ourselves out of that spiral, because we're just letting the mind rest and coming to something that's just really engaging in the body as a practice for a few minutes, and that can just cut that spiral. So you might find it useful that way too. So we're just going to make ourselves comfortable, straight back, relaxed hips, relaxed shoulders, hands slightly interlaced, thumbs up, little fingers, I'm reaching them down a bit so that they can feel the bottom of the belly. I'm going to close my eyes down to focus, and we'll start our 3 minutes. Long, slow, deep breaths. Noticing how the pressure, temperature, stretching, all affects this bottom of the breath. The bottom of the lungs, where it meets the belly. Allowing that bottom of the breath to really open and stretch a bit as we breathe long, deep breaths. Just bringing your focus to the bottom of the lungs, following them through the cycle of the breath. Just noticing every detail. We don't need to tell a story about any of it. Just being here and now. Long, slow, gentle breaths, staying with the bottom of the breath for 3 more breaths. And just bringing your hands down onto your knees. Relaxing the breath, relaxing the body. Just being in this moment for a second. Just taking some big breaths, rolling your shoulders, giving this body any adjustments, any movements, any stretches that it's asking for. And that's how simple it can be. So if you feel you need a reset and you've got a couple of minutes where you can just sit down and focus in on your breath, you can even, I've done this when I felt like I really wanted to get clarity on something. I've just gone to the bathroom if I didn't want to confuse people with my meditation, and just stood there in the bathroom and just focused in on that and just felt like I had that clarity back that I could take into whatever I was doing after that. So please let us know if you find this practice useful. Let us know if you have any questions, any feedback, and I hope you have a fantastic week. Namaste.